Welcome back to Grand Blanc Mitsubishi. This is the new 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, and this is an LE or a limited edition package. So today in this video, we're going to go over what's included with a limited edition package, and also this vehicle specifically, the Eclipse Cross, has an extra premium exterior package, so we'll go over those options as well. But at first, a couple things that we wanted to mention and kind of bring to your attention too is going to be wheels and exterior garnish. So we'll focus on going from the front all the way around the vehicle so you can see those things. Also, we're going to pay attention to some of the smaller detailed items like tires and interior infotainment center and what you're going to be getting with the vehicle, just to kind of make it a little bit more simple, but point out some of the things that you're going to get as a standard option with the 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross Limited Edition. So let's just start by taking a look at the grille and the front assembly on the vehicle too. So all of the Eclipse Cross options are going to have this darker piece in between, which is more like a matte finish. Up here is going to be piano black. Regardless of what the exterior color is on the limited edition, you're going to have this be that darker color in the grille itself going around your triple diamond. Now you are going to have this silver painted piece that's going to lay below where the fog lights are on both sides. And then you're going to have the wrapped chrome piece going below the headlight assembly that comes all the way back and underneath where the fog lamp is. Now the headlights on this are going to be a halogen projector beam style headlamp. You're going to have a running LED light that goes all the way through here. Now this will actually illuminate brighter once the vehicle is started as well. So this is just to give you an example of what the car is going to look like with that running lamp on. So that's going to be on every time you start the vehicle. And the cool thing with this one is, in the Eclipse Cross, even though you're not putting it on like an auto setting, if you leave your lights on, you hop in the vehicle and hop back out of it, actually turn this off. So even if you have your parking lights on with this LED on the corner marker here, and then your running lamp as well, that'll turn itself off too, so it's not going to drain your battery out, which is kind of nice. Up here we're going to have our turn signal. That's going to be a bulb or a halogen bulb in there, and then an LED fog light inside of here. So LED, 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 and then you're going to have projector beam for your high and low beams. So down here you're going to see this is a front garnish. If you actually zoom in on that, it's a carbon fiber look that's on the vehicle too. Now that'll match your side skirtings that are going to be on this vehicle all the way down and through, and you'll see that going from the front tire to the rear tire, and in between that is this gorgeous wheel, which is a very similar design to what you have, or same design as what you have on a non-limited edition, but instead of having any aluminum features or the milled aluminum, you're going to have that be solid black, and that's a gloss black too, so it's not flat. And then the premium package is giving you the black colored lug nuts as well, and you have a black center cap with a Mitsubishi triple diamond in there as well. All of your Eclipse Cross with the limited edition are going to be running a Bridgestone tire as well. That's a 255/50 R18. The cool thing is you've got a good side of sidewall there too, so you're not running on very thin tires. And that's nice for here in Michigan where we're located because, well, if you've been paying attention to the news, we haul the heaviest and don't have the most comfortable roads. Well, potholes and things along those lines. The nice thing is, don't have to worry about as much damage to the wheel when you have a bit more tire tread going on there. The other cool thing that I have to mention too is the super all-wheel control system that's on the Eclipse Cross. Now you might hear Mitsubishi talk about all-wheel control, and then you'll hear them say super all-wheel control. Super all-wheel control is an advanced version of their all-wheel control system. Now that's going to be in their model lineup, whether you're in the Lancer or you're in the Outlander, you're in the Outlander Sport, or you're in the Eclipse Cross. Super all-wheel control is a standard feature in Eclipse Cross, period, across the board. Other models may offer all-wheel drive or all-wheel control, and then as you get into the higher end lines, they'll give you the super all-wheel control. In the Eclipse Cross ES, your base model, is the only way to get an option of two-wheel drive. If you go to ES, all-wheel control, it will be super all-wheel control. All of the Eclipse will be super all-wheel control there forward. So ES up to this, the LE, then you go to the SE, and then you'll go to the final and top, the SEL. So all the vehicles above the ES package, including ES, in all-wheel drive, are going to have the super all-wheel control system. Now, on your limited edition as well, you're going to have a black skull cap, mirror cap here, and then you're going to have an LED turn signal and side marker lamp there as well. That's a nice option. In the SEL, you're going to have the proximity entry of the vehicle too, so we won't have to key into it. You can actually just simply touch a button that'll be located here. That'll lock and unlock the doors for you on your 2018 Eclipse Cross. Another cool thing that I like is just paying attention to some of the details up top. We're going to have that shark fin style antenna instead of a big antenna hanging out somewhere on the vehicle. Keeps a good low profile, very good on the edgy, cutting edge looking, I don't know, the whole design of the car. It just flows with it, right? And I even like just the slight roofline raise here too, because too many vehicles that we see are just flat across the top. It continues carrying on design qualities all the way through the top of the vehicle, which I think are gorgeous, absolutely. On the back side, the lighting, you already know this, I might be glowing a little bit red, but the whole back lighting system is going to be the LED as well. So not just LED in where your taillights are, also in your center high mount stop lamp, and then in your turn signals over here. This is actually a brake light, and then your turn signal down below. This will be the only bulb that you have. LED is going to be up here in your brake light. Now, if you take a look at the back approach of the vehicle too, still very edgy, very cut through. A lot of design qualities are definitely predominant there too, and you even have reflection coming down on the bottom side of the vehicle just to pay attention to details. Now on the back here, you're going to continue that garnishment that's going to have up on the front. So you have the garnish on the front, you have the side skirts that are the extended version, and then that's going to carry through to here, and you're going to continue to see that carbon fiber look all the way through, down through the center, all the way back down to this side too. So if you're paying attention to some of those fine details on the vehicle, definitely take a look here and see what we see too. So we just want to touch it so you can see it, know what you're getting into. We're going to take a look at the back of the vehicle and the inside of the vehicle and the infotainment center too. So we just want to give you a good idea of what everything is all the way around. So we'll pop the trunk or the lift gate on the back of this and kind of go forward from there too. In the back side of the vehicle here, this happens to have the tonneau cover or the rear cover here for anything that would be light coming through. And you're going to notice that this tilts down too to cover up your secondary window, because there is two rear windows on your lift gate. You have the top and then you have the bottom window. Now those are going to work for visibility as well and are going to be very easy to just check out and move or replace this piece here if you need to. So I'll take that out so you can get a little bit better view of what the rear trunk area looks like, so you can plan for storage, activities, anything you're going to be using the vehicle for. So on the back side of this, here is going to be where you have the temporary spare, but it is a huge spare you're going to have on the vehicle too. So it's not just a tiny little thin-walled donut. You have your jack, you have your roadside assistance equipment there as well. And one of the things I didn't point out on one of our last videos was that it's pretty cool, because with Mitsubishi, you actually have a first aid kit. Do you remember me? I don't know if you remember me showing you that too. But you go to pop that owner's manual, and it becomes like pretty imperative that they definitely care about safety without a doubt. So crossover utility vehicles getting some of the highest ratings that you can get, period, on the crash test safety. You got your nice hook here to be able to access that, not have to continue playing with that to get it up and down while you're doing your spare tire if need be. Well, here's the other cool thing. For 5 years and unlimited mileage, Mitsubishi provides to you roadside assistance. So that's nice as well. So for the first 5 years of ownership, whether it's a lease or a purchase, you're able to just pick up the phone and you'll have a VIP roadside assistance appointment set for you to come take care of the vehicle, have it towed to the local Mitsubishi certified maintenance facility, and then go from there too. Nice thing is that it's completely across all of North America. So you can even have reimbursement for trips and hotel stays and lodging and food. So that's definitely something to take a look at and add value to the product line as well. Why don't we take a look at the interior of the vehicle, and let's go with showing you how to fold seats, showing you what you're going to get for the seating configuration inside, then we'll move on to the front. So we'll see you in just a second. And here's going to be the rear seat of the 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. We're just going to take a look quickly at some of the function of what the seat actually does, how it moves. So the first thing that I definitely pay attention to is any of those of you that potentially have a car seat, forward-facing or reverse-facing. Here's the nice thing. Well, you can move for that. And if you don't have somebody in the back seat, you can move it to be able to put larger items in the back. So that's kind of a nice option, and I think that's pretty convenient. So yeah, that definitely moves. And actually, the guy holding the camera pointed this out. He goes, well, that's kind of nice that you don't have to sit on a seat belt buckle. Like those actually have their own areas to tuck in and be away. Now, here's the thing is I have 2 little ones. So hooking up car seats, it's not fun to fish and try and find deep inside there where the clips are, and then you only have so much slack on your tether system. This is nice to be able to actually see your latch system and very easily clip in and adjust accordingly, giving you more slack because you're now not hunting 3 inches buried into a seat to try and find where a latch system is. Oh, that's nice too, because they're not the easiest things to hook up. Well, pretty simple with folding the seats. You're gonna have a lever that's right here, just so it's easier to see. And that's not going to be just to tilt the seat forward. That's also going to be to recline the seat. So if we show you how to go back all the way and forward all the way, that also gives you some additional storage back behind here, which they give you a good divider wall between the two as well. So if there's multiple ways to set this up and be able to very easily access all of the cargo area that you have in this vehicle. So putting this back up, same switch or same lever here, and then just go ahead and recline that if you need a little bit more space. Here's the cool thing. Passenger seat over on the passenger side does the same. So just grabbing it here, total movement for everything that you need to have too. Ample foot space too, and then we definitely got to appreciate the different textures that you see, touch and feel. Where does your arm rest 90% of the time that you're driving? If you're not on the 10 and 2 gripping the steering wheel, here's where your arm's going to rest. I love the contrast stitching that goes along with it, and a good map pocket in the back, just keeping it simple. Adjustable seat belts as well, and then they're going to give you the safety cell or the safety canopy system that's going to be above for side impact airbags and airbags released from the side of the seat. So you'll see those markings as well. Well, let's take a look up front, and we'll keep on touching and seeing all the different trim features too. So take a look at the door first, because the door is going to have the carbon fiber around where your window switch, your lock, your unlock, the leather on the side bolster of it, a stainless steel looking grab handle, and a piano black where your door handle is and your lock up at the top part of the door. That just looks good all the way around. And the nice thing is too, it's the soft touch. So anything up here is all soft touch. So your arm doesn't fall asleep when you're resting it up on the side of the window if that's where you prefer to have it. Now inside too, before we sit and turn on the infotainment center, let's point out a couple of things here. Here you're going to have your infotainment center it looks like a simulated mouse pad. Cool thing that you can do, 2 fingers on this, moving it will slide from screen to screen. And then you're able to control different things like your app, audio, home, and your back button. So very easy to get used to that. It's simply like operating a mouse. If you're familiar with playing on the computer and clicking through a few different things, it's just that easy. So we'll go through a couple options there so you can see how that works as well. In the limited edition package as well, all the black features on the inside, and we'll have the 7-inch screen. 7-inch screen is going to come with the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto, so you can know that you're not necessarily going to need a navigation function when you already have it on your phone. And this will also come with a 3-month subscription to Sirius, I believe. I'll double check on that just to make sure. But we'll get inside here, we'll start it up, touch on a couple options on the interior of it, and kind of go from there. And here's the startup. The little Eclipse Cross comes at you, turns side to side, flips over to your menu here. Then you got Mitsubishi Motors. Global perspective from space right there. That would be defining the technology we've got in this. Sirius satellite radio, 3 months free trial. That's what we were just touching on seconds ago. Just going to hit our agree button here. And this will let us hop into our infotainment center. So let's peel this off and remove it, but we don't even need to. You can go to home here, or you can go to home down here on your touch screen, and you can go through different apps that you'd like to use. And if we have our smartphone connected or plugged in with your, like mine for example, the Apple CarPlay, simple, just plug it in under one of these 2 USBs here. That'll give you your Apple CarPlay. Then you can go through different applications that you have here. Now to move from screen to screen, that's where your swiping features are going to be here on your mouse pad as well. So you can go over to the right, over to the left without touching anything. And then using 2 fingers to be able to swipe back and forth between these 2 as well. Very easy to do. So you're just going to get used to how much are you going to be touching it to move it, going back to different applications that you have, and then being able to press this and depress this. So if you take a look, this will actually push down as an option to click and enter into what you're trying to look into. So our back button here is mirrored down below as we're getting a little bit more used to it too. So audio controls, we can go through that and see where your tune is, your different presets that you're going to have as well. And then you're going to be able to go through and adjust your sound qualities as well. We can go to our volume, and if we touch our volume, you just simply slide that over, or go to your steering wheel controls here as well. Volume down here, up here, power mode, and then this will also have a screen delete, like a blackout mode. So if this is a little distracting to you visibly going down the road, then you can just take that down to where you see nothing, then just simply touch your screen to turn it back on. Your clock is going to be underneath here. I just need to remove this little cover here real quick. So there's going to be where your clock is. And I did have someone mention too how difficult it was for setting time. So just touch your time, hit your time setting, and then you can go through your different categories of where you want to go to. US, mix, off, time zone settings, or not having time zones. You can go back and forth and it'll highlight what time zone that you're currently in. Pretty easy there. So I have had people go, well, how do you just adjust just the time? Well, this is literally putting you on with satellite, so it should be spot on for you. And when you plug your phone in as well, that'll even be a secondary point of contact to check that out. But you can see, even if you've got a phone call, it's kind of nice to go, well, I'm going to call a customer, or I'm going to call a client in California. What time is it there? Well, it's 7:56. Do you want to wake them up and remind them to have a cup of coffee when it's simply 11 o'clock here? So you can keep going, pop back over to where you're at, or maybe even a bit further and going into where you're in your Atlantic time zone there too. So this is pretty easy here too. Now you're going to have a couple other things that I enjoy just personally in a vehicle going, all right, well, we've got our temperature control and we got your fan control, which we can turn down to and be able to hear us a little bit better. But you can do dual climate control going in this step forward. I do like the trims though. I do like how the carbon fiber continues from the outside to the inside. The piano black does the same. And then even the stainless look from the front fascia or the front lower bumper area to the doors to the interior, very sleek. Now if you take a look down here too, let's just review this real quick too. This is the super all-wheel control system. So if we look at this button where it says SAWC, well, if we look back up here, it's going to say what driving mode are we in. So if we're clicking through the button, we can put it in the auto mode, snow, or gravel mode. The other parts that we can do to affect our driving is going to be this eco mode right here that Mitsubishi gives us on the Eclipse Cross. Well, if we go into eco, we can have an eco mode in any one of the settings that you can do with your super all-wheel control mode. So what that's going to do is it is a different braking system that's going to put into factor a yaw and pitch movement and going to be your curve control. So going through curves and having the inside of the curve being applied braking and then adding power to the outside. But it also is literally one of the most aggressive. We've literally had customers call into the store and go blown away at what the Mitsubishi can do in the snow and in different inclement weather. Especially here in Michigan, you get a chance to see it all. My brother and sister-in-law actually called me and said they couldn't wait for it to snow again so they could get out and play. Now they got out of a front-wheel drive large SUV, 7-passenger, and hopped into Mitsubishi's super all-wheel control in their new vehicle and literally tried to get it stuck in our back storage parking lot before it was plowed, before they took delivery, and failed to do so as they walked back in, laughing, going, I can't believe this thing can do what it can do. So if you have any questions, get out there and drive it, and you would be blown away at what the ability of Mitsubishi and their all-wheel control system is. And in fact, Google what 5 different Guinness Book World Records that Mitsubishi set in 24-hour period with their Outlander Sport. That's one of their all-wheel control systems. Look at the super all-wheel control system and I think you'll be pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed with how easy it is and how quick the technology works in here. Coming from other manufacturers too, with how fast your response time is, how sensitive your touch system is, how responsive your backup camera is. That was one other thing too. So I definitely want to fire it up so you can hear start up from inside the car. Now this is with 3 doors open, so you're able to hear that and go, well, that's what our startup is, right? But I also want to go into our backup camera, so I'm going to just shut the liftgate real quick so you can see that. And clearly I just left the floor mats out, but you can see that this is this is going to be
how wide view it is.
Right. Well, it goes from building to building, and what would you say this building is about 60 feet wide?
Yeah.
So you're going to see 60 feet, like more of a panoramic view instead of just looking directly behind you. Now your guidelines here is going to be where the vehicle's intended path is. When you come to where you're seeing the red line, that's going to give you the warning of that's within your safe limit of where you want to put the vehicle back into park or drive. Now I do want you to be able to take a look at a couple things under the hood, and that's kind of where we're going to wrap up. But I do want to have any comments or concerns, any questions on the interior functions, features, how to look in through different facets of this system, and be able to do that. We're inside of a building now, so we're not going to have much reception for any of the XM or Sirius satellite radio. But let's take a look underneath the hood. Let's go from there, so you can see the 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that's being offered by Mitsubishi in the Eclipse Cross. Let's go take a look. Let's take a look underneath the hood of the 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. A couple cool things that I'll point out that are just, to me, something that I can appreciate for sure, which is a 3-point strut tower stabilizer. That's going to go from this strut tower here, bolted, goes back to the firewall, and is bolted to the other strut tower. That's going to be for your left to right movement to keep everything tight and in line to where it needs to be. 4-cylinder engine that we have here is going to be also a turbocharged option. Now this is the only option 4 motor for the 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. That's 1.5 liter, 152 horsepower, awesome out of the hole torque, excellent noise quality out of it too, so it's very quiet on the inside, unlike the non-turbocharged 4-cylinders that you see in a lot of our competition. That is just a constant, man, like, come on, get to speed. It sounds like it's really speeding up, but your needle is going nowhere on your speedometer. This thing boogies, and it is, you put your foot into it, you're definitely going to notice the car is going to accelerate very quickly. It's got a lot out of the whole torque. Mitsubishi's known for good power with their 2.4 liter, with their 2.0 liter that's going into their Outlander and Outlander Sports. This is unreal on efficiency. Like, it's the main three things that Mitsubishi focuses, puts their focus on is affordability. So price point, you can take a look at this, and we were laughing earlier because it was like, the comparison to this, to look this good, is one of the Lexus NX 300 F Sports, right? So that's out. Well, that's a $50,000+ entry model. We can't even get to 40 on this. Like, you're in your mid to upper 30s maxed out, like at 35 and some change. That's as much as you can get on this vehicle with every option available, and you're still $20,000 to $30,000 cheaper than our competition. Here's the cool thing about that is you're also a 5-year, 60,000-mile comprehensive warranty. That's the comprehensive. That's what most people are doing for their total powertrain. Our powertrain on Mitsubishi, 10 years and 100,000 miles. Unreal. So do you think they believe in their product? I think they do. They're backing it up with the warranty that's coming along with it, which you can have serviced here at our full service department here, and also our parts department. But taking a look at how simple it is too, without going with a bunch of extravagant additional options that can be on the vehicle, it is eliminating a lot of the wiring that's going along with those types of vehicles too. So keeping it simple, but at the same time giving you all of the accoutrements that you're looking for, and having unreal presentation too. We were just talking to, and I got to drop the hood because you got to see it again, because I didn't point it out, and I think it's something we're definitely seeing it as awesome. So take a look at the roof line up here, because I think it's gorgeous. Just we keep looking, and everywhere on the Eclipse Cross, just where that dip follows, comes up in the center and then goes up again on the other side. It's just a good looking vehicle all the way around. I did want you to be able to hear the startup too, so I'm going to do that from the outside of the vehicle too. So, exactly, good point. Looking at how the LEDs get brighter as well. So now taking a look at, here's motor noise. So I'm standing literally just outside of it. You don't really hear a whole lot outside of the vehicle too, so it's not a loud 4-cylinder that you hear just humming away at it. So I'll turn the lights on too, so you can get a good presentation and a good look from the front too. How do you look with your headlights on? You'll see that in the mirror too up here. So getting a good look at some of the front lights that are on the vehicle too. Just a very impressive look from, I think, front to back all the way around. From the halogens to the LEDs to the turn signals to the fogs all the way through. We definitely wanted to point out a couple different things on the 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross and this, the limited edition package. So hopefully you have questions, have comments, have concerns, anything that you want to bring up, please put that in the notes so we're able to answer that quickly and answer any questions that you have while you're shopping for your new crossover utility vehicle, keeping it price point minded, warranty minded, and fuel economy minded. Triple Diamond here at Mitsubishi. This is the Grand Blank Mitsubishi showroom showcase Eclipse Cross that we're doing. So check us out. If you need to look at us online, it'll be www.grandblankmitsubishi.com. For parts, service, and sales, more than willing to help you out. Shoot us a call, text, or an email. We'll be more than happy to help you. So thank you so much. This is Paul Zagman here at Grand Blank Mitsubishi.